Question: who's in the mood for a few random money saving quick tips? Back in a minute. Hi, this is Jan from New York City, and my channel name is Jan from New York City Saves Money. Let's jump right into it. Random quick tip number one. If you own a small appliance, let's say like a toaster, and it has been old faithful to you, never a problem, nothing, zero. Or even a microwave, for example, a small appliance, no issues whatsoever. But you're kind of like bored of looking at it. Ask yourself, are you buying another appliance just because you're bored or whatever? Ask yourself that question. If you realize it's because you're bored with it, I'm not saying never ever get something new, but rethink. That's all I'm asking you on this quick tip. Rethink before you make the purchase. Sometimes people just buy a toaster or something else for a different color. Whatever, but just rethink about it. This has worked for me a couple of times. Next, leftover food is not a drudge. To me, I look at leftovers as do-overs. Most of you know that by now. Think of them as a blessing. Change your mindset about a leftover meal. I want to tell you what happened to me yesterday. Okay, recording the show a week before you're seeing it right now. So this is last week in real time. It was a Monday afternoon. I was exhausted, that being yesterday, okay, in real time for me right now. I was so tired. I was just so tired. Then I realized the light bulb went off and it was dinner time. You know, like when you're not sure if you'd rather take a nap or eat? But I think I was more hungry than tired, but I was very tired. Anyway, I said, I really don't feel like cooking something from scratch, and I definitely don't want any processed stuff. So whatever. I realized I had homemade meatballs sitting in the fridge from the day before. I said, oh, this is a blessing. So what did I do? Took them out, heated them up. I added some shredded mozzarella cheese. I made a simple sandwich on toasted rye bread. I put just a little bit of butter and garlic powder to dress up the bread, make it more like a garlicky bread. I made that as my sandwich. Mwah! Got rid of the hungries, and a half hour later, I did take a 15-minute nap. Listen, leftovers can be your friend, and I can tell you for sure, it was money saving, time saving, and I was just so tired. I didn't know what to do. So I ate and I felt much better. There you go. All right, next. If you have $50 bills, $20 bills, $10 bills, I strongly suggest if you have a 50, break it down to smaller bills. If you have 20s, break it down to smaller bills, and so on, with the 10 even. Why? We never know in life if there is a long-term power failure and you need to pay for things in cash. Would you really want to spend $20 on a loaf of bread? No, not really. Just saying. So think about that. Always break them down. Okay? Okay. Next, pay for small items with cash. Now, when you have some cash, smaller bills, pay for some of the smaller items, like if you go somewhere, you spend money on a bottle of water, you forgot to bring one with you. You could spend that money, break the bill down, get the silver change, whatever, pennies, nickels, dimes, quarters, and immediately, every single evening at the end of your day, take that change and put it in a change jar and forget about it. I'll tell you, here's a really good trick, by the way, just hit me, about the change jars. Have different denominational change jars. One could be for quarters, one could be for dimes, one could be for nickels. It's already separated. So you're taking a little change, just take a second. Let's say if you have like 50 cents in 2 quarters and maybe a dime, you take the 2 quarters, throw it in that, take the dime, throw it in that, and it's already pre-sorted out for you. Clever. All right, next, watered down things. Watered down, how for some reason, bottoms of plastic bottles are very difficult to get out. Remainder of shampoos, remainder of conditioners. Sometimes there's always just enough left to give you 1 or 2 more chances. So I like to maximize the value of anything that I spend my hardworking money on, and I'm sure you feel the same way too. Water it down. You don't have to use a ton of water. Water it down, see how it works the way you like it. Use it till it's all cleaned out, and you will have gotten truly the value your money's worth. Okay, I'm on the wrong page. I apologize. Hope everybody's having a good day today. And we're doing some more of the random savings. Okay, this is my opinion. I try to avoid subscription services. Years ago, there was this really great coffee offer, and the coffee looked good, but I was more in love with the free coffee maker they were giving, the quote free coffee maker. And I got a lot of good use out of that coffee maker, don't get me wrong. The problem was, and the coffee quality was amazing, but the problem was that we couldn't use, my husband and I couldn't use the coffee up fast enough. It was like, we just couldn't do it. So you know what? Within a few months, just like had to cancel the service. So be realistic whenever you join a subscription service. Ask yourself why you're really joining the service. Yes, the coffee was great, but I just couldn't even look at that flavor coffee anymore. Yes, they even switched flavors, but again, we tried everything to avoid the cancel because we felt bad about it. But at that time, but if it's not for you, it's not for you. Has it ever happened to anyone? Let me know in the comments section below if you've ever joined a subscription service that at the end of the day really wasn't for you, but you didn't know. You can't know what you don't know. And it's so funny how they reeled people in with this beautiful coffee maker. How many remember this? We're not mentioning names, but maybe some folks, this is about 20 years ago. Let me know. Okay. Oh, this is a good tip. What to do with old socks. So first of all, I'm going to also ask you guys, what do you do with old, clean socks? Not messed up, dirty socks. Not broken socks. Not ripped socks. Although some people manage with those too. What do you do with your old socks? I have one hint. Clean laundered old socks you can put on your hands, and they make a great dusting tool. What? Yes. For spots that like you really can't get into sometimes easily, it's just so much faster that way. Your hands are a wonderful tool. So give it a whirl. Only old socks. Just saying, just saying. Okay. Next, this is a strong suggestion, okay? And I believe in it. Mark your calendars, yes, and make a self-appointment for checking inventory, checking your stockpile inventory, your freezer inventory, whatever works for you. If you want to do them all, I would suggest doing them all on the same day. But it depends. I mean, some people have like stockpiles like the size of a mini mart, okay? So, but the idea is to make an appointment. That way you're not going to say, oh, yeah, I didn't check my inventory for the last 4 months. Oh, I didn't rotate those cans in my pantry for the last 3 months. No, in my opinion, again, I would say once a month is fair. Once a month is a fair assessment. Or when you're restocking, this is another thing. When you know you're going to be restocking your shelves on that day, when you're actually like in there, hey, make the most of your time and check. You know what to do with the rotating. Again, I graduated first grade. Now I'm in the first grade realm of stockpiling. Okay, first I was in kindergarten. No, first I was the toddler. Then I went to kindergarten. Now I'm in first grade. I promoted myself. There you go. Well, I hope that these random tips help. And don't forget to add any random tips of choice of yours that can save money or even time. Time is important. Okay, there you go. In the meantime, this has been Jan from New York City. Thank you so much for viewing. And don't forget, on every single Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday night, to come back for the nighttime show for the radio version of me. Looking for my outro, and I'll be right back with a wave as soon as I find this outro. Where'd you go? Where'd you go? Have an amazing, fantastic day. Take good care now.